What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rideshare panel. Today's video is in response to an article posted on Investors Business Daily about the progress of commercial drones in the US. And from what it looks like, sum and substance of this article is that the progress is now occurring very rapidly, whereas in the past few years, there were a lot of obstacles in the way for commercial drones really, taking flight, so to speak. And now all of a sudden, a lot of those restrictions are being lifted, and the FAA is kind of recategorizing a lot of things and a lot of rules that may make commercial drones much more readily available in the near future. So the question is, what does this mean for delivery drivers? If you work for Instacart, DoorDash, Postmates, Amazon Flex, you are delivering items that in the future could be delivered by drones. Now, it's no secret that Amazon wants to deliver a lot of its packages by drones. Jeff Bezos actually mentioned in a 2013 interview that he estimated by 2019 a lot of packages would be delivered by drones. But of course, legislation and politics always gets in the way. So that didn't happen as quickly as possible. And, job security was still there for flex drivers and whatnot. But now all of a sudden, it looks like things might be heating up a little bit faster. And this isn't something that's unexpected for drivers, for delivery drivers. We just didn't know, when it was going to happen. So let me pull up the article real quick for you guys. And right here, as you can see, last October, there was a reauthorization act passed by the FAA. And essentially, what that calls for is a traffic management system that is going to let drones, fly in airspace that has traditionally been shared with commercial air, and pilots, other flying vehicles. So this is kind of the baseline stuff that needs to happen before you can start seeing a lot of commercial drones taking flight and delivering packages, and it looks like it is now in the works. The article further goes on to say that this kind of guidance is needed in order for drones that are operated by artificial intelligence to be, flying commercially in the skies and delivering packages. Because, if you're going to have these drones flying around and they're not guided by humans, you do need significant channels for them in airspace to be traveling so that they're not conflicting with other commercial vehicles and other pilots in the air. So what does this mean for us delivery drivers? If, let's say, we're using one of these bags to run around delivering meals for DoorDash, does that mean that we have to give our bags back and that they're not going to be carried by drones? Probably not. And honestly, it looks like 2020 is probably the year when this stuff starts to really materialize, and potentially we see more of these commercial drones out here. So it's not an immediate issue, something that we immediately need to worry about, but it should be on our minds. And as always, working in the on-demand economy is flexible for us. It's also flexible for our employers. A lot of these companies aren't profitable, and they are working towards profitability, which means operating at the lowest possible operating costs. And one of the options that pulls them closer, obviously, is delivering by drones. So it definitely makes sense. There's a lot of synergy here, and I'm guessing this is kind of what a lot of the investors and venture capitalists who have been pouring money into these companies are kind of hoping for, because they're certainly not seeing a lot of profit right now. So there's definitely got to be some draw to the future profitability of these companies. I think we could very easily see other on-demand delivery services like DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, Uber Eats, really any of them, test out these drone delivery services as well. I have actually seen a few articles where DoorDash has tested its own delivery bot, and the thing it's mobile, it's on wheels, and it attempts to make deliveries itself. It's honestly not that practical at all, and it was probably their way of trying to automate delivery without access to drones. So I could definitely see them trying to jump into this as well, because, as we know, these companies don't have high profit margins, but they do have a ton of investment. So the money is there for them to test out these new abilities, these new functions for delivery. It's been all about the regulations. So I'm actually really curious to see where this goes and who starts testing it first and how these tests work out. I'll make sure to post updates in the future as we learn more and as we see, different services starting to test out drone delivery. So make sure that you stay tuned and subscribe to the channel to get those updates. You can do that down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button.